Wedding Banquet, Ang Lee explores what happens when family expectations clash with personal identity. Um, while this film is often described as a romantic comedy, it is really about family structure and power. Um, through his struggle to hide his sexuality from his traditional parents, the film shows how deeply parental authority can shape personal decisions, especially in immigrant families where tradition feels more tied to love, sacrifice, and survival. His parents represent traditional values that prioritize marriage and children as responsibilities rather than personal choices. For them, marriage is not just about romance. It's basically about continuing the family line and protecting cultural identity. His father, although quiet and reserved, carries strong authority. He does not need to speak loudly to control the situation. His expectations are understood. His mother applies more emotional pressure, frequently reminding him the desire of grandchildren together to create structure where honoring their parents is central to being a good son. Because of this, he chooses to lie instead of telling them the truth that he's gay and lives with his partner Simon. He agrees to a fake marriage. His decision is not simply about the fear of rejection, it's more about the guilt and loyalty. His parents sacrificed so much as immigrants, and he feels that living openly would disappoint them. The film suggests that immigrant families' children often feel responsible for fulfilling their parents' dreams and wishes, even at the cost of their own happiness. Um, at the same time, he lives a completely different life in New York with Simon. He has honesty and emotional openness, but when his parents visit, he is forced to pretend Simon is just a roommate. This creates a painful double identity. In one world, he's confident and authentic. In another, he becomes silent and cautious. The emotional tension grows as wedding approaches, showing how exhausting it is to live between two, basically, worlds. The wedding banquet itself becomes the turning point. Um, what was meant to be a small practical arrangement turns into a large traditional celebration. Once his parents take control, the event um, grows beyond his intention, symbolizing how powerful tradition can be. Um, the guests and the cultural expectations all reinforce the authority of family community in that moment. He loses control of his own narrative. However, the film does not end with a complete rejection or conflict. Instead, it offers a um better resolution. Yes. His father eventually reveals that he knows the truth about his son. Rather than exposing him, he chooses to protect him in his own way. This moment shows the idea of authority. His father remains dignified and traditional, but he also shows understanding. Acceptance does not come through dramatic confrontation, but through silent acknowledgement. Ultimately, the wedding banquet argues that the family structure is not fixed. It can be bend and adapt. Parental authority remains powerful, but it does not fully erase individual identity. Instead of forcing a choice between tradition and authenticity, the film suggests that love sometimes survives through compromise and quiet change. In the end, Ang Lee shows the family is not about control or obligation, it is about endurance. Even when expectations clash with identity, connection can still remain. Through his story, the film reminds us that family relationships are complicated, but they are also capable of growth.